Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Panchakshara Sindhu Vevacha Jnanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Brahmacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Or Krishna Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Shamarasika Devidasi from Japan. Please forgive me for stopping for holy name by Srila Prabhupada. Please go on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as you are doing now. And this very chanting will give you all peace and prosperity, both in the life and the next. Never expect any good from the so-called society, friendship, and love. Only Krishna is the genuine friend of all living beings, and it is He only who can give us all benedictions. So this is explained by Srila Prabhupada, and I will repeat again. Please go on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as you are doing now, and this very chanting will give you all peace and prosperity, both in this life and the next. Never expect any good from the so-called society, friendship, and love. Only Krishna is the genuine friend of all living beings, and is He only who can give us all benedictions. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all the devotees on the early morning call today. May I know who's on the call today?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Surrender from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Surrender Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and opening the call for Japa session. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining in your beautiful chanting.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Malini Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining here and your wonderful chanting.
Hare Krishna, Shamrasika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees on this call. This is Premanandini Devidasi from Ashburn, Virginia. And Mataji, I see our speaker Mataji has joined.
Yes, okay, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prem Nandini Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else would like to announce their name? Okay, our Rupini Padma Mataji is traveling to India, so she will not be joining 2 days. So we are going to miss her. So I see Rita Mataji join again. So Hare Krishna, Rita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. And today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Vanamalini Manjiri Mataji from Ohio, Cedar Rapids. And Mataji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam 8.17. Verse number 2. So Mataji came after a long time. So let us welcome Mataji by 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please take over the call now.
Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji, my Dandavat Pranams to all the assembled devotees in the call. It is nostalgic for me also to join back on the call. Thank you, Samarasika Mataji, always engaging me in service. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Hope you all can hear me clearly.
Yeah, Prem Nandini Mataji, can you please start the recording? Oh, already started.
We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers and we'll go into the verse. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadasi Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsham Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sham He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances once again to all the devotees on the call. It is our great fortune to read regularly Srimad Bhagavatam, discuss and hear. Most of the times when we progress a little bit in spiritual life, many devotees prefer to read by themselves and speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. But the most important thing that we have to do is Sravanam, listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. If this one thing is there in our life, set in any situation, in any stage, I will never let go of hearing to Srimad Bhagavatam from devotees and also reading Srimad Bhagavatam and then discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. If we can hold on to this, we are kind of set. Like we have our life jacket on and then we can cross this universe of this world of repeated birth and death and go back to Krishna. And then those of you who are able to do this regularly as first thing in the morning are very, 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 very fortunate actually. How much ever we mention the glories of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, we will not be able to match the extent of glories of it. So being you all being those fortunate beings, being in the association of you all and able to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam is my good fortune also, and for my own purification, I will continue to the verse. So a little bit of context you all might be knowing already, but then just so that we set our scenario for today's discussion. Aditi, who is the mother of the Devatas, under the direction of Guru, her husband Kashyapa Muni, is going to perform Payovrata. Why she is doing that? She is doing this because all the Devi Devatas have vacated their houses in heavenly planets, and they went into their hiding, because the demons are now powerful. Demons are attacking the Devatas. How come demons got that power? Demons got that power by following the instructions of their guru. And why they are fighting with Devatas? There is no, they don't need any special reasons. They both always fight for the power. Demons and Devatas, they always fight. The biggest difference between both of them is that Devatas are the devotees of the Lord and demons are not the devotees of the Lord. Demons always fulfill their desires by worshipping Brahma or Shiva, and then they also practice religious activities. They also know philosophy. It's not that they don't know philosophy. They know, they speak. Like we see the instances where Kamsa, Ravana, and then Hiranyakashipu, everybody speaks. But then they use everything for their own sense gratification, and they don't accept the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they want to become one with Him. So now when we see this definition of demons, we find a lot of people in surrounding us also who are envious of the Lord, who wants to become Lord, or who wants to overcome and use the religious activities for their own sense gratification or exploiting others. We will find these demonic qualities in many of us also. And why they are fighting, particular reason why they are fighting with Devatas at this moment is because of the churning of the milk ocean. So 8th canto beginning, if you might have all read that. The churning of the milk ocean, demons were kind of tricked by Lord, by his Mohini Murti, and they did not get the nectar. So after the whole episode of Mohini churning of the milk ocean completes, the demons, making Bali Maharaj, who is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, as their commander-in-chief, they will declare war on the Devatas. Brihaspati, the guru of Devatas, tells Devatas that demons are very powerful right now. There is no point in fighting. Do not fight. Go and hide. Because if you fight, you are going to lose. You're not going to win, because their side the power is more. So sometimes we don't take the good counsel that we get, but here they take. This reminds often the story of Ramayana, where Vali and Sugriva are fighting. Vali's wife Tara, she tells to Vali, do not go to fight. Because just before day, Sugriva and Vali fight, and Lord Ramachandra cannot recognize who is who, because they both look alike. And then Vali beats Sugriva, and then Sugriva goes back, and then he tells, you did not protect me. Then the Lord says, I could not differentiate between both of you. You wear a garland different, then I will know that it is you, and then I will help you. So then Sugriva, with a gained power, he goes back to Vali's house, and he screams, staying outside. When he goes outside, and he screams, come out, and now let's fight again. Then Tara, wife of Vali, she gives a good counsel, saying, he was just beaten, he was just defeated by you. You beat him, and then he knows your power, and he got defeated. If he's coming back again, and with confidence he's screaming, that means there is something else. And I heard that Ikshvaku Vamsa, Lord Ramachandra is helping him. And Lord Ramachandra is not an ordinary person. He's very powerful. So please do not go and fight. This is not a good time for you to go and fight. But then he does not listen, and he goes. At that point of time, she gives a lot of good instructions. We often find many women devotees giving wonderful instructions to the husbands, and in Ramayana or Mahabharata or anything. Or sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't listen. It's not that it's spoken by women or anything. It's just that at that point of time, that good counsel does not go into the ears of that people, and then they go, and then we know the rest of the story. Vayu gets defeated, Vayu dies, and then Sugriva becomes the king. So, but here Indra listens to Brahaspati, even though before he did not, and that's why this situation is coming. So the importance of Guru, how the Guru's mercy helps us forward. And when we don't have Guru's mercy, what happens? And another scenario comes up when Bali Maharaj's story we hear, how at times for a higher cause and for pleasing the Supreme Personality of Lord, he kind of keeps aside Guru's instruction also, Bali Maharaj. So wonderful, different phases and different scenarios of things we find in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam speaks about devotees at different levels, and the instructions are given to them are also at different levels. So now Aditi finds that none of her children are there in their homes. And then she feels very sad. Like Indra, who receives a lot of service from heavenly people, king, like if you are somebody, a king of a place, and now you are in a disguise and you are hiding in a hut, or you don't even know where you are, how your life is. Like a thief, you're hiding somewhere. That hurts, and that hurt Aditi a lot. Like her son, who has to be like a king, now is like hiding, like somebody who has done some mistake. He doesn't have his own place to live. He is not free of fear. And then she worries a lot. And then Kashyapa Prajapati, who comes out of his meditation, he approaches him, and she expresses her hurt and sadness, saying that how her children are driven out of their houses. Kashyapa Prajapati immediately does not tell her, like, go do something for your children. He gives her some spiritual advice, saying that, like, you do, this is all things common in material world. You might have heard all the instructions previously given by Kashyapa Prajapati. But after giving her instructions, he understands that she's not at that level. He tells how the relationships are illusory, and then how she does not get trapped into that, and she seek temporary material benefits. But when he first of all he gives an spiritual advice, and he tells her how she is different from the body, how she is a soul and she is not body, and she should not be always fulfilling her material desires. So the fulfilling material desires is something like you have a homa, you have an yajna, a fire sacrifice going on, and then you are keep on pouring fire in it. It will never get extinguished. So when we keep on indulging in our material desires, what do we think is that, okay, if I'm having a lot of craving for eating cake, so let me make a cake and eat. My craving for cake will go away, and then I will be good. It doesn't go away. It goes away. It goes from chocolate cake to mango cake to some other cake, and then the desire just increases from one flavor to another flavor, but it doesn't go away. The more we indulge, it just increases. So we always have to remember that indulging in material desires is like pouring ghee in a fire sacrifice. We need to give higher taste to our senses, or we have to purify our senses by giving it a higher taste or restricting it. But indulging is never going to help us. We have to distract our mind. We have to divert our mind from indulging in those material desires. He gives that spiritual education to Aditi, saying that Kvadevo Bhautiko Natma, Kvachatma Prakriter Paraha, Kasya ke pati putradhya, Mohayeha evahi Karanam. Who is husband? Who are children? Why are you falling in this illusion? But then he understands that Aditi is still weeping, And then she is still not able to give up her desire to do something for her children who are not having a house. And then he tells her, go and worship Lord Vishnu. That's the best advice he gives. Go and worship Lord Vishnu because he is husband of Aditi. So he has to fulfill her desire in whatsoever, even though that desire is not a higher desire like a spiritual desire. Husbands have a responsibility to take care of wife. So he tells that. And Kashyapa Prajapati, we come across how Diti, when she comes and puts forward a request, even though he doesn't like that, he gives a spiritual advice. Diti also does not listen. And then he unites with her in a wrong time. And then we know that how the demons were born. So he performs his responsibility as a husband. Not that he is bodily conscious and he's performing. He has a right there because he does what he has to do first, giving her a spiritual advice, spiritual education and all, but she's not ready to take. Then he understands that, like a guru, that this is where we need a guru. A guru tailor-makes the instructions for us. Not all of us are at the same level. Different people are at different level and different level of body consciousness we all have. And even in bhakti, we are at different stages. Somebody who is not even able to chant 5 rounds, a guru will not say that you go and chant 64 rounds every day. He won't do that for that person. But somebody who is already chanting 40, 50 rounds and then he's doing some things, he will give. So similarly, like based on the capacity of that, who decides that? A guru understands this because Guru has traveled on that path before. He's a self-realized person. His whole purpose is to fulfill serve Krishna. He will does that. So for all of us, it's very, very, very important to have Guru. Many people think that we don't need Guru for spiritual education. It is so inbuilt in me. I know from my childhood itself that you have to worship to God. You have to do this. For these things, why do I need a Guru? That is what people think. But those all things are still religious activities. Always in spiritual life, there are so many instructions which are very confusing. What do we follow? Should we follow tapasya like Dhruva, or should we do hearing like Prahlad Maharaj, or should we do like the Prachetas, standing in water for so many years? What instruction we should follow? Which instruction suits us better to achieve the mercy of Krishna? That we don't know. We need Guru's instruction for that. And then having a right Guru is like we are saved. We have that protection always, where we can go and approach Guru when we are falling off the path or anything. So it's very, very important to have Guru's mercy to get Krishna's mercy. We can never ever cross Guru and go and get Krishna's mercy. The more we follow the instructions of our Guru and have our Guru Nishta in a right place and do our Guru Puja and then chant the holy names of the Lord, we can see the mercy of Krishna. Over a period of time, sometimes some people think that I'm smarter than my Guru. So I can just bypass his instructions. It's never like that. Your Guru may not be as popular as you in speaking lectures or doing anything. It doesn't anyway say that your Guru is less powerful. Power does not come by the popularity of any person. Many Gurus, they don't even want to be known by the world. We are reading in Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita, after doing so much, Srila Prabhupada at one point of time, he thinks that, oh, I want to go to some place where for 6 months nobody disturbs me. I just want to read, I just want to write, I just want to chant and meditate on Krishna. So sometimes Gurus are at that level that they don't want to be, they want that complete dedication to Krishna. And many people, they don't want to be popular at all. It doesn't make them any less devotees. So let's not get into that trap that only popular devotees are great devotees and those who are not popular are not great devotees. That's not how it is. So Kashyapa Prajapati gives her an instruction to go and worship Vasudeva because he knows that Vasudeva is the right person and no other material relation can do her any good. And then once she worships Vasudeva, Vasudeva will do whatever is good for her. Whether fulfilling her desire is good or not fulfilling her desire is good, that decision Vasudeva, Krishna will take. So again, this is another thing all of us have to understand. When we are approaching Krishna with a material desire, not always fulfilling our desire is mercy of Krishna. Not fulfilling our desire is also mercy of Krishna. Because when Krishna wants us to progress in our spiritual life, elevate our consciousness, take us closer to him, he will not fulfill the material desire, which is very, very temporary. I'm going to share with all of you a conclusion of this all episode. Now that Aditi is going to pray, Lord is going to appear as Vamana. He's going to go to Bali and he's going to ask him to give the entire. He asks. So I'm going to reveal the. I'm going to give you all a spoiler of the corresponding chapters that are going to come. So Aditi is going to perform Payovrata, which you all have seen. Kasyapa Prajapati gives the elaborated process to perform that, and she very sincerely performs that Payovrata. And then Lord appears as Vamana. He will go to Bali. Bali was already having a lot of Guru's mercy. Sukracharya is his Guru. He's already having he's very powerful right now. Bali is the only powerful person right now who is defeating even the Devatas. He will also do Aswamedha Yajna. And he will do 1,000, I think if I remember correctly, it's 1,000 Aswamedha Yajnas he will do. And then as a part of sacrifice in that Aswamedha Yajna, Vamana comes and he gives him all the land. In that way, the Devatas get back their heavenly planets because Krishna takes, as Vamana, Krishna takes. At that time, Bali Maharaj says one wonderful thing. I don't think Indra is very intelligent or Mother Aditi. They are asking for material thing. Heavenly planet is still a material thing. All the opulences of Devatas, the richness of Devatas also, it's not that it is permanent. They are going to have it forever. It will only stay for one manvantra. 72 yuga cycles is one manvantra. So it will only stay for one manvantra. Instead of asking for the heavenly planets, why did not Indra use this opportunity and have asked for Krishna's mercy, love for Krishna, and then go back? Why he is asking for heavenly planets which are not permanent, which are not going to stay forever, which are the most insignificant ones. Bali Maharaj says that. I think that I am more smarter than Indra because I have a lot of devotion for the Lord and I'm asking for Krishna, not the material things. I'm giving up the material things for Krishna and I'm taking Krishna. So this is something which we all also do. Thinking that material pleasures are going to mitigate my miseries and my sufferings. And then I will be happy once I have this material thing. And then I will be able to practice my Krishna consciousness nicely. Sometimes we package our material desire with the covering of Krishna consciousness. We'll say that I'm not able to practice Krishna because I hear a lot of devotees coming forward and saying, Mataji, if this problem of mine is gone, I will get a lot of faith on Krishna that he's really there, he's taking care of me. And then I will chant with even more lot of dedication and devotion. And then I look at that devotee and then I will say, like, maybe. It's not always. Because that's the trap of material desire, making us feel like fulfilling that is going to have a rosy bed, a rosy path later. We'll get one more desire. And then we'll go behind that. We'll get one more, we'll get one more, we'll get one more. We will never ever get saturated by the material desires. Even all the pleasures in this material world are given to us. We still want more. We still want something else. As we discussed earlier, fulfilling the material desires or indulging in material desires is like a pouring ghee in the fire. It is never going to come to an end. Then what should we do? We only should seek the needs. We all have needs. Those needs, if we are not even having situations where those needs are also not fulfilled, then we can approach. And once our needs are fulfilled, we should put a cap on our material desires and engage in Krishna's service more diligently. The more our material desires are getting fulfilled, the more we get attached to this bodily conscious, and the more we want to live in this material world. We don't want to go away from this material world. Unless we get that detachment, that vairagya with the material world, our dedication and our determination in performing Krishna's service will not become strong. And we don't know that. So, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, his mercy is not seen just in fulfilling the desires. His mercy is also seen when some desires are not fulfilled. His mercy is seen in sufferings also. His mercy is seen in miseries also. Only if we are able to catch that. If we are ignoring all the miseries, saying that they are misfortunes or my karma, or something bad has happened to me, and then not working on that, not taking that opportunity to get closer to the Lord, we will never be able to revive our relationship with the Lord. Chanting of the holy names of the Lord is to revive our dormant love for Krishna. As a side effect, all our sins will be cleansed, all our senses will be purified, our mind will be purified, because only in a purified stage we will be able to revive our relationship with the Lord. Over millions and millions of births that we have taken in the past, we have accumulated a lot of impressions. We have layers and layers of bodily consciousness on us, and we have so many vasanas, so many desires, which we also don't know. We don't know when they will come out of us. And then when they come out of us, we have to take a minute, a pause, and see, is fulfilling this desire is important for me or not? Will this take me closer to Krishna, or will this push me away from Krishna? This kind of conscious effort every devotee has to do. This Krishna consciousness moment does not stop as soon as you get initiation, as soon as you start chanting. It's a everyday life, every choice, every action that we are performing is shaping it. It is either taking us away or taking us closer. So it's not that, oh, I got initiation now, I'm chanting 16 rounds, I'm now safe, I can be careless, I can be negligent. No, we have to be always we have to be always vigilant, we have to be always careful, always Shravanam, always listening, always doing quality chanting, always introspecting our desires, reviewing our day, how I have performed today as a devotee, what did I do, where I lacked, what should have I corrected. This is self-analysis every one of us has to do, then only will progress. So Krishna sometimes will not fulfill the desire, or Krishna will fulfill the desire. So he will teach her to do the Vishnu Aradhanam. So go and do the worship of Vishnu. That is where this Payovrata, Kachapa Prajapati gets this from Brahma, and he gives this to Aditi. And Aditi is so fortunate that she has a guru in the form of her husband, very close, he knows where you can go and reveal all your desires. So when we have devotee couples, sometimes wife becomes guru of husband, husband becomes guru of wife. We should not see that I should not listen to wife or I should not listen to husband. We have to take good counsel from wherever it is coming, even if it is coming from an younger devotee or anywhere. The good counsel that is coming to us, we should always have to take. The devotees should be always receptible, like they should be able to listen. We should always remove that ego and do not go around having a tag in our head that, oh, I am such a great devotee, I am senior, I should not be listening to anybody, everybody should listen to me, I'm so great, I'm this. If we are going around like that, we may be shutting our brain, our listening power from taking good counsel. If we are very humble and meek, and we understand that we are servants of Krishna, and then we keep our eyes and ears open, we get good counsel from anywhere and we will take. So she wonderfully took the good counsel that she has received from her husband, and she's now doing that Payovrata. That's where we are. चिन्तयन्त्येकया बुद्ध्या महापुरुषमीश्वरम् प्रगृहेन्द्रियदुष्टा स्वान् मनसा बुद्धिसारथिः मनसश्चैकाग्रबुद्ध्या भगवद्यखिलात्मनि वासुदेवे समाधाय चचारः पयोव्रतम् Chintayanti, constantly thinking, Ekaya, with one attention, Buddhya and intelligence, Mahapurusham, upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ishwaram, the Supreme Controller, Lord Vishnu, Pragruhya, completely controlling, Indriya, the senses, Dushta, formidable, powerful, Aswan, horses, Manasa, by the mind, Buddhi Saradhihi, with the help of intelligence, the chariot driver, Mana, the mind, Cha also, Ekagraya, with full attention, Buddhya, with intelligence, Bhagavati, onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Akhilatmani, the Supreme Soul, the Super Soul of living entities, Vasudeva, unto Lord Vasudeva, Samadhaya, keeping full attention, Chachara, executed, Ha, thus, Payavratam, the ritualist ceremony known as Payovrata. So, Aditi has controlled her mind and senses. By how? By constantly thinking. Chintayantya buddhaya. So, by constantly thinking about Supreme Personality of Godhead. This reminds us as Bhakti Yoga. Right? Chintayanti mam. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru. And then he says, Krishna madgatir madprana, the Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita. My devotees, they constantly engage in devotional service to me. They always think about me. They always talk about me. They teach about me to others. And then what do they feel by doing that? Ramanticha. Tushyanticha ramanticha. They are satisfied and they enjoy talking about me, speaking about me to each other. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam. Tesham tatatayuktanam. Always engaged in my devotional service. Bhajatam pritipurvakam. They are not doing it as an obligatory process because they have to do, because my guru has told me to chant 16 rounds, or because I heard that this is the best way to live. I will get a lot of good things back. No, bhajatam preeti purvakam, because they have so much love for the Lord that they cannot do anything else. They cannot think about anything else other than Him. Their heart is always eagerly, enthusiastically going towards Krishna. They can't think about anything else other than that blue boy. They want him. They want to serve him. They want to think about him. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam preeti purvakam. So this is Bhakti Yoga. That's why we see in Purport, Prabhupada mentions Bhakti Yoga. So what did she do? Constantly thinking with one pointed attention. And then what did Mahapurusham, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ishwaram, the Supreme Controller, Lord Vishnu, Pragruheha, by completely controlling her senses, which are very difficult to control. Formidable power. They are very dushta, very difficult to control the senses. Unless our senses are purified, we will not be able to control them. So the dhyana yogis or karma yogis, jnana yogis, they all put a lot of effort in controlling the senses. If we see the dhyana yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. So they have to master the skill of controlling the air inside our body. There are 10 kinds of air inside our body, prana shakti. So they control that, and then when they control the circulation of air in our body, they get a power. And using that power, they control their mind and senses. And they can divert them in whatever direction they want. All of us are running behind the senses. Wherever our senses are taking, we are going behind that without thinking, without using our intelligence. That means senses are like horses, and horses all have a thread, a rope tied to them, and whoever is the charioteer holds that rope, and then he will control those horses using that rope. In whatever direction the horses has to go, he will direct them. So that charioteer is actually buddhi. intelligence. So if you give up the grip of that rope, if you give up your intelligence, you will go in whatever direction those horses take. And this intelligence, we have to, it is not very natural. There is material intelligence and there is spiritual intelligence. Material intelligence is only going to take us like how to make a $10, $1,000, $1,000, $2,000, how to enjoy Hawaii, how to enjoy some other place, how we can be fulfilling our desires of our body more and more. So material intelligence is of no use. And all of us put 25 years of our age in acquiring that material intelligence, and still we are not happy. Still we don't know sometimes how to be happy, and we are still disappointed, because if you go to Hawaii and you did not see some places and you came back with the same amount you spent, and then you see your neighbor going to Hawaii, but they got for 10,000, say 20,000 package, they have seen so many things. Even though you have spent 10,000 on that, and you went and then you enjoyed and you came back, if you learn that somebody has went to the same place and have enjoyed the same thing in $2,000, that's it. All your happiness is gone into the river. You will start feeling bad. So how much ever time we have spent in acquiring this material intelligence, still we are not happy. Still we did not figure out how to be happy, because we are looking for happiness in the wrong place. How can we find it? We are going to only find a material happiness which is not permanent, which is depending on the things, which is always which always changes, which will not be permanent. The soul is looking for happiness, and the soul happiness comes from serving the Lord. And then we are making the soul saying that, oh, you are not soul, you are body. So go and enjoy these material things, you will find happiness. So after enjoying some time, the bodily happiness, the soul thinks that, no, this is not what I want. And then it becomes sad. And then we don't know what to do. We give it something else, saying that, oh, you may not be happy with gulab jamun, eat rasgulla. And then after some time it says rasgulla also, I don't like it. Then you will say, oh, eat this. We are not at all understanding that happiness, hankering for happiness, is coming from the soul. And then soul only gets happiness when it is situated in its constitutional position as the servant of the Lord. Dasyam. Only when it serves Lord, it will be happy. We are servant at always. It's not that we are only servant when we are serving Krishna. We have to decide whether we want to be servant of Maya or servant of Krishna. We have to choose our master. Those who are not serving Krishna are serving Maya. Their material desires, their children, their bosses, their wife, their husband, somebody else. We are all the time servants. Dasyatvam, that serving nature is there in the soul itself. But we are now in illusion. We think that, oh no, I am master. No, we are actually servants. We are servants of our phones. We are servants of our desires. We are servants of our affections. We are servants of our weaknesses. There are so many things which can take us away. Phone is the biggest thing. I keep talking about phone. If your phone is gone for 2-3 hours, you are gone also. I have seen that. People get crazy if there is no phone. Actually, it is supposed to make us smart. It is making us dumb. And it is becoming smart day and day. Day after day, the phone is becoming smart and we are becoming dumb. And we are not realizing that. So if we do not get the grip of our senses by holding on to that rope with intelligence, that too the spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence, how we are going to enrich our spiritual intelligence? By constantly doing Shravanam and reading. Constantly listening, constantly reading every day. There should not be any excuse. At least 5 minutes. There should not be any day that goes away without listening to Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, or without chanting, without hearing to your Guru, without hearing to Prabhupada. Those of us who doesn't have Guru, Prabhupada, it should not go, because that is where the soul is getting its food. That is where the soul is happy. That is where you are really taking care of the bird in the cage. As long as you are fulfilling all your material desires, you are painting the cage. You're taking care of the cage, but not the bird inside. The bird inside is like crying for attention, crying for Krishna Seva, and then engaging itself. So the more we do that, the more we will be happy. And how will we be able to do it? When you have the tight grip of the ropes that the horses are having by using the spiritual intelligence. And like that, Aditi, she got hold of that. Buddhi Saradhi. She made her Buddhi, her intelligence as Saradhi, as somebody to guide her, as a chariot driver, which direction to go. She used her intelligence. And then Manakekagraya Buddhya. With that, she got control of her mind. So intelligence is superior to the mind, and mind is superior to the dull senses. So when we use our intelligence to control the mind, and mind controls the senses, then we will tell our senses that, no, I'm not going to fulfill all the desires that you are going to put in front of me. They're all nonsense sometimes. At least we should come to a stage where we will say that this will take me away from Krishna. I'm not going to do this. This will take me closer. So to come to that stage, to say no to the urges of the senses, we need a lot of our sadhana power. It does not come from outside. How much ever you see a fellow devotee able to control the senses, we will not be able to control, even though we have a desire to control, because we don't have that power from inside. We don't have that strength. That strength comes from our sadhana. And everybody has to fill their sadhana bag by themselves. Husbands think wife cannot do, wife thinks husband cannot do. Every one of us has to do our own practice very sincerely. If you are a devotee couple, or if you have an environment where it is conducive for all of you, help each other. Like how at an older age, how they help each other. Like, oh, did you take your BP tablet? Did you take your sugar tablet? Did you eat? Like that, how we take care of each other. Similarly, we have to take care in the bhakti also. Did you chant your rounds? If not, you go and chant. I will cook today. There is no husband job, wife job. The more we are saying that this is husband job, this is wife job, we are bodily conscious. What husband, what wife, what this? You are all soul at the end of the day. The house belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the master of the house. Wife is also servant, husband is also servant. Who does what doesn't matter at all. As long as you are able to do best service to Krishna. If wife is a good cook, wife can cook. If husband is a good cook, he can cook. But if one day the wife has a lot of rounds pending, husband can do all the jobs at the house, and wife can sit down and chant. And if husband is having a lot of services that day, classes or something else, or he's also did not finish his round, wife should help husband. So in that way, we help each other, saying that you also progress in your spiritual life, I will also progress in my spiritual life. Both of us will get the mercy, and both of us will have a better next life. That should be the motive, not that I will also not chant because I did not get to chant my rounds. I will not make you chant also, or I will put my TV at the right time where you are chanting, so that you will also get spoiled. You will also get attracted to my movie. So it should not be like that. I watched a good movie, you also come and watch movie. You can chant later. These all things we should stop. Both of us has to help each other and progress, and then control. And we should not go away to the senses wherever they are taking. And wonderfully, Aditi has done that. She has got all the things under control. She focused on Krishna. Akhila Atmani, the Supreme Soul. There are so many glories of the Lord here in this one verse, what we have read today. Mahapurusham, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maha, greatest. Ishwaram, he is the Supreme Controller. And then he says, Bhagavati, again the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Akhila Atmani, the Supreme Soul, in Super Soul. In everybody he is there as Akhila Atmani, Super Soul, who gives instruction as Chaitya Guru. He's so close to us. If we surrender to Krishna and say, Krishna, I want to serve you, but I have so many desires, I have so many weaknesses, I have so much, he is going to instruct us from inside, saying that go like this, go like that. And we will be able to listen to that instruction when we have a settled mind. When we have a mind agitated with material desires, we will not be able to hear the good counsel that we are getting from inside from Krishna. So we have to have that me time, that we are sitting down in the morning just us and Krishna and our Harinam. When we do that, they see, if you all chant without any other disturbances, you chant and you hear and you picturize Krishna in the morning, early mornings, over a period of time, you will feel that there are two people there. One is Krishna and one is you. And then you both are having a conversation, and your mode of conversation is your Harinam, and you will feel his presence. That's the stage you all reach when you constantly chant in the mornings, the first thing in the morning. And then you will hear from inside. Krishna is going to guide. Krishna says, Seta Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam. I'm going to give intelligence to that devotee. He doesn't need to worry. I am going to enrich his spiritual intelligence in such a way that he will come back to me. I'm going to tell him, don't do this, do this. You're going to come to me. So we don't need to worry. The only thing that we have to do is Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. With lot of love and affection, chant your rounds. Engage in service. Hear Srimad Bhagavatam and read. Just do this. Do not worry about all the other things. Oh, I have this weakness, I have that weakness. Most of the times, I get questions from a lot of devotees saying, oh, I still have envy, I still have jealousy, I still have, don't worry, don't focus on those things. Even saying that you have them, you are already going to a good doctor. Do not worry, he is going to take care of everything that you are having. And the best doctor, we are going to the world's best doctor, that is Harinam Prabhu, and we are going to Krishna, and then he is going to take care. You don't need to worry and keep complaining that I have this pain, that pain. He is going to cure all the pains. He's going to cure all the impurities in us. He's going to he's going to make us pure and establish the relation that we are having already with Krishna inside us. We don't need to worry about it. That is the job of Krishna. Our job is only to Bhajatam Priti Purvakam, with love and affection chant the holy names of the Lord. Not like as a duty, not like distracted mind. With full attention, with full quality, we engage in our service. Whatever the service I'm doing, washing dishes for Krishna, doing deity worship, cleaning the temple, preaching, whatever service we are doing Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. I am doing this with love and affection for the pleasure of the Lord, keeping Krishna in the center. We are set. We will have the intelligence, right intelligence, like how Mother Aditi is doing here. And then comes Vasudevi. Onto that Vasudeva, Samadhaya, keeping full attention. This is what, when we are chanting, the only thing that we have to put right is, I am going to chant with full attention and absorption. This we have to do. This we have to practice. And when we do this, everything will follow. Chachara Payavratam, she did. With full undiverted attention, Aditi thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in this way, brought under full control her mind and senses. So Aditi has used Bhakti Yoga. Even though she's doing Payavratam, she has used the Bhakti Yoga to get the control of the senses. So when we are chanting the holy names of the Lord, our senses are getting purified. And purified senses, purified senses will be easily get under control, because the senses, if you all have, you might all have remember second canto and third canto, where we know how the senses have come into material world, right? All the senses have come from Krishna only. And all the senses, the devatas who are controlling the senses, have also come from Krishna. Everything has come from Krishna. So our senses also will be happy when they are engaged in the service of Krishna, because all the senses origin is also Krishna. And then when you are chanting Harinam, when you are purifying these senses are going to their original situation. They are going to their real situation, and they feel very happy. When you go back to your home, you feel very happy. So these senses are going to their real state, and they feel more happy when they are engaged in the service of Krishna. So with full undiverted attention, Aditi thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way brought under full control her mind and senses, which resembled forceful horses. So the mind and senses are forceful horses, and Aditi used her intelligence and controlled them. She concentrated her mind upon the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. Thus she performed the ritualistic ceremony known as Payovrata. So she performed all the rules, around 20-30 verses explains all the rules of Payovrata. And then she performed all those things. she was able to do all those things with her full attention on Krishna. And Prabhupada brings out this wonderful verse 1.1.11 from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And this is the favorite verse. This is the stage that we have to go. And he starts the purport. Prabhupada purports are perfect actually. Not even a word here and there. It is not that Prabhupada is translating a word in which is there in Bengali or Sanskrit exactly to English. It's not how it is. Let's say you are a doctor. You are asked to translate a medical journal from one language to another language. You will bring the essence of that into the another language. But if you are not a doctor, you will put the exact word meaning. Sometimes it may not make a sense also. You will, oh, this is, but the dictionary will still say that, oh, this is the right meaning for that. So that's not the actual translation. The actual translation is when you bring the essence of that verse, even though the words are not exact words as that. So that's what Prabhupada did always. And Prabhupada translations are so important, not even a single line we should miss in reading. And when we are reading Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, we have to read with purports because Prabhupada brings out that. So Prabhupada starts the purport saying that this is the process of Bhakti Yoga. Whatever Aditi has done, this is the process. This is how you should do it with full attention. Purify your senses by Harinam. This is how you do that. This is the process. Anya Bilashita Sunyam Dhyana Karma Dhyanavritam Anukulena Krishnanusilanam Bhakti Ruttama. He brings out that pure bhakti stage. Anya Bilashita Sunyam. There is no other desire than performing devotional service to the Lord. That is the stage we should go. I am going to please Krishna. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Personality of Supreme Lord Krishna favorably and without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical section. So I am not going to read Bhagavatam because I want to know everything and go and speak. I want to be a good speaker. I want to be known as somebody who will quote any verse from anywhere or somebody who is very knowledgeable. That should not be the purpose of reading Bhagavatam. The purpose of reading Bhagavatam is I am going to revive the love of Krishna. By reading Bhagavatam, I'm going to love Krishna even more. That should be the purpose. And not even for karma. Oh, I heard that by reading Bhagavatam, all your sins will go away. You will get a lot of happiness. Jnana karmadi anavrutam. We should not be doing service to Krishna for material profit or any kind of sense gratification or philosophical situation. This is called pure devotional service. This is the purest stage. Then we all may get doubt. I am not at the purest stage. Should I stop doing? No. We should be doing from where we are. And when we are doing by under the guidance of Guru, whatever the Guru has told us, Guru has given us 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, eating prasadam, reading every day, listening every day. When we keep doing this, we will go to that stage of pure devotional service. So bhakti does not require any qualification. You don't need to be completely at a good stage to start a bhakti. Wherever we are, in whatever stage we are, we should start bhakti. I may be full of material desires. I may be full of impurities. I may be having a lot of bad qualities. Wherever we are, we can start bhakti. When we start there and when we sincerely do under the guidance of Guru, by constantly engaging ourselves in Shravanam and Kirtan, we will go to the stage where we will be Bhajatam Pritipurvakam. Prabhupada, you all go and search Veda base. Prabhupada never said that overnight you will become a devotee. It is a gradual process. It happens every day. The cleaning is happening every day. The progress is happening every day. It's a gradual process. You will gradually come to that stage. No, there is no secret that overnight you will get. Somebody, it may look like they have become a great devotee in 2-3 months, but their gradual process might have started in their previous lives, long back. So that might have started very, very long back, but it may not be knowing to us. So one important thing all the devotees have to remember when they're practicing bhakti is that get inspiration from others, but don't imitate others, because we don't know where they are and in their gradual process and where we are in our gradual process. If we start looking always outside, we will not focus on inside. We have to take care of our gradual process, and always focusing on that and increasing. So one simply has to concentrate upon the lotus feet of Vasudeva Krishna. Savai Manah Krishna Padara Vindayo. Second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam explains wonderfully what is the process of meditation. It should start from the feet of the lotus feet of the Lord. And if you all have time, go and read the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Third canto, fourth chapter or fifth chapter, where once Krishna creates all the devatas of sense objects, they don't know what to do because they clearly understand that they don't have any power. He has created them, but they don't know what to do. And then they offer prayers to Krishna. And when they offer prayers to Krishna, all the 5, 6 verses or 10 verses they offer, they glorify the lotus feet of the Lord. And they say that the lotus feet of the Lord is the shelter of all the Shastras. Lotus feet of the Lord is going to remove all kinds of miseries. If we hold on to the lotus feet of the Lord, that is enough. So we all should be, when we are chanting, like that kid who is cranky and clings to her mother all the time, not leaving. Even mother says that I have to go to bathroom, please leave me. In 2 minutes I'm going to come. But still the kid does not leave. We should be having that mood. No, Krishna, I'm not going to leave you. You go to bathroom, you go anywhere, I'm going to come with you. I'm going to hold on to your lotus feet. I'm going to cling to them. This is the place. I don't need anything else. I just need your lotus feet. Krishna, Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindo. This is the line which Prabhupada is writing from Amrish Maharaj's, that 9 types of how Amrish Maharaj has used all his senses in engaging in service of Krishna. So Bhagavatam glorifies wonderfully so many devotees in so many different positions, like kings, children. Everybody performs pure devotional service to the Lord. So there is no excuse for us saying that, oh, I am still at this stage, I am having so many responsibilities, I will not be able to perform pure devotional service to the Lord. No, it's not like that. Bhagavatam is not like that. Everybody is performing their devotional service so wonderfully, and also their duty as a king, they are able to do that. Krishna did not say in Bhagavad Gita that, okay, Arjuna, now let us stop this war, both of us sit down and meditate. He said that, okay, think about me and go and do. Mam Yudhyasya, go and fight. So that should be our mood. Think about Krishna, go and do our duties. Prabhupada writes in Prabhupada Leelamrita that why unemployment? Bhakti doesn't mean that unemployment. You don't do anything, you sit down and eat. That's not like that. You have to go and work, do something or the other job. Do for Krishna something or other. So bhakti doesn't mean that you sit down in one place. You always have your mind on Krishna, constantly thinking about Krishna and going. Savai mana Krishna padara vindhayo. If any time you are thinking that I'm not getting attention and absorption in chanting, go and read the prayers of these great devotees. There are so many devotees who have done wonderful prayers, starting from Kunti Devi. Go and read all those prayers, and then we'll get that mood. Keep one paragraph. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Chananda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamalini Namah Pankajanetraya Namah Pankajangare. So memorize some slokas, and just before you sit for chanting, think of those verses with meaning, and then sit down for chanting. Chanting is the most important part of our day. It's not something you diverted and do. Even at least 10-15 minutes, even one round, do it with full absorption and attention. Then we will see the progress. And Prabhupada says that when we are engaged in bhakti, our senses will be purified and they will get under control. The mind and senses will be controlled, and one can engage himself fully in the devotional service of the Lord. How the mind and senses are getting controlled? By using the intelligence, the spiritual intelligence, and by practicing bhakti yoga, we are purifying and we are getting them under control. The devotee does not need to practice the hatha yoga system to control the mind and senses. His mind and senses are automatically controlled because of unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. Prabhupada is perfect. He says that, oh, now you have to sit straight, you have to practice that asana. I'm not even able to fold my legs because now I'm old and my knees are hurting. Or maybe I cannot control my mind. No, we don't need to worry about hatha yoga. We don't need to worry about any asanas. We just have to practice unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. We just have to do our Harinam with full attention and absorption, and the senses and mind gets purified and they get automatically under control. So the only thing that we have to do is tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam. Always engage in devotional service to the Lord, and automatically our mind, our senses, everything gets under control. And we have to enrich our intelligence, all constantly hearing to Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. That all, then we are complete package. We have our intelligence, which is the rope, which is the charioteer, and then the charioteer is our intelligence, the ropes are our mind, and the horses of our senses, and we got them under control, and we are now riding our chariot in the direction that we want, and then we are set. If we give up on any of these things, the horses will go in whichever direction they want, and we will go, and sometimes we may fall into the in the mud also, if we give control to the senses. So this is the whole process. Once we have these things in place, we'll get. And in this way, Aditi has continued, and we will see how she has how she will do this vrata for 10 days, and then she gets the darshan of the Lord. And Lord also says that demons are very powerful. I will find the right moment to conquer them. And then he appears as Vamana. And then you are going to read a wonderful, you are all going to go and see how the wonderful story of Bali Maharaj, how beautiful Bali Maharaj's story will come, how Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe to the Lord, how he was arrested by the Lord and he was sent to Sutala planet and made and how the Lord, and there is one wonderful line which Prabhupada writes in fifth canto related to Bali Maharaj. He says that Lord has become gatekeeper of Bali Maharaj once he goes to the Sutala planet, not because he has given everything that he has to Krishna. Krishna was not attracted by the material appearances that Bali Maharaj has given to him. Krishna became his doorkeeper because of the love Bali Maharaj has on Krishna. What Krishna will do taking the universe, this whole universe is his opulence. So there are so many subtle things in all the stories of these wonderful devotees, which will encourage us, which will keep our inspiration in practicing bhakti. I hope all of us from this verse will chant the holy names of the Lord with full attention, and we grow to that stage where we render transcendental loving service to the Lord. I'm going to conclude my session here. Thank you once again, all the Matajis and Prabhujis, for patiently listening. Any questions or comments or corrections, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for this beautiful and very, very practical class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandra Pranam, all
Hare
glories to
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Thank you so much. As Geeta Mataji rightly said, it was a very practical class with a lot of reminders and, focusing more on the do's than the don'ts. Mataji, I've been like struggling with this myself for a couple of months now. Um, so I have begun to understand that in bhakti, or when practicing devotional service, self reflection is very, very important, right? You need to spend time with yourself to see what I did good, what I did not do good, and like you said, practicing devotional service is an everyday task. You take initiation and वो हो गया ऐसे नहीं होता है. You have to work on it every day. So I just feel, Mataji, that, and I'm speaking for myself over here, but the system that, we grow up in India, especially the education system, and even in homes, I'm talking for myself over here, at least in my home, I was never made uh, to think on a daily basis about, I was never made to reflect on how my day was. And now developing this practice is very challenging. I know I've been hearing a lot of, co-devotees tell me that journal karo, write a gratitude prayer. But since I've not done it, it's and anyways, I struggle with consistency a lot. So I think I struggle with that the most. So I have two-part question. One is what would be your recommendation to have a realistic reflection session with your own self every day? And then second and the most important, I think, question is, Mataji, I have two children. I have a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And I feel that I should give them that as an exercise every day. So something that's more doable for that age, or even not maybe specifically for that age, but how do we inculcate that as a habit in our children, Mataji?
Yeah, even for us or them, even if we say at the end of the day, thank you, Krishna, that itself is more, it's a good start. Like maybe you all can buy some attractive diaries for all of you, and then write every day, put a date just before going to bed, and say just only one word. We don't need to break our brain how I put this into a sentence or what all should write. Even saying thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Krishna. And thank you, Krishna, as soon as we wake up in the morning and we are able to get up and walk on our leg and all. Thank you, Krishna. That single word itself makes a lot of difference also. Saying thank you, Krishna. My day is done, whatsoever it may be, good day or a bad day, day full of tensions or day full of it's over now. And then I am going to look forward to tomorrow with a lot of hope. So thank you, Krishna. That thank you, Krishna is a small thing that should start. I started like that. Say I am not I after knowing the reality of how raising children is a very challenging thing in this time and round. I only depend on Krishna in raising my own children. I have three, and then there are different challenges at different ages, and we ourselves also have a challenge. But the only one thing I say is like I they don't get it on their own, but I tell that say thank you to Krishna. Any small thing like, oh, today I won this. Say thank you to Krishna. Just saying thank you to Krishna, like how we teach our kids say thank you to others. When they do something, what do you say? Parents ask, right? Like, what do you say now? Thank you. Like that, we should say, what do you say now? Thank you, Krishna. That's the only thing. Good night. Like however busy you are, you make sure that when your children are sleeping or going to bed, you go and just say, did you thank Krishna today? Just put one question, and if they didn't do, just say thank you to Krishna. Don't go and give classes to them that, oh, why you did not do, you have to do, you have to do. No, those all things doesn't work. Those all things doesn't work. They are not looking for a class at that time of the day, but saying
Right.
that, okay, let's both of us say thank you, Krishna, and then just come out from there saying thank you, Krishna. That is enough, Mataji. That's a very good start.
Right.
And then give
So,
them
Mataji, what we do is whenever with our children, whenever they get toys or even shoes or anything, we have them put it in front of our deities that we have, and we say thank you. We do all those little things. I think my question was about self reflection, because I don't think I do anything with my children in terms
You
of
can ask them a
reflecting.
question. You can ask them a question. What went good for you today? Like that's not it need not be the end of the day at a dinner or when you are bringing them from school. What is good thing today? And they start identifying good things in their day. They know that they learn the appreciation. They know how to appreciate the good things. What good thing happened today? That you can ask. And then, was there any hurting thing today? Like, you don't say bad, like, did something hurt you today, or you felt sad? Then they will tell something. So one thing is enough. Like, one thing to identify is enough. And we'll start with good first, because good is always gives a hope. Generally we start
Right.
with bad, but we should start with good. What good thing happened today? So even when we are reflecting also, if we don't have time to sit down and write, we don't need to write. But when you lay down on your bed to sleep also, this is something I practiced over a period of time, and then now it became a habit actually. What good thing happened today? What did I do with respect to service? And then I will reflect like, oh, I chanted, I there was a that time I didn't do good, this time I will, okay, I'll fix it. Even identifying our things that, oh, I did good here, I did not do good here, will start a good note for next day. We'll start a good note for next day, because you are sleeping with that thought that, okay, this is the good thing that happened, this is something where I could have fixed myself. And then we'll go further, like. And then when big events happen in our life, anyway, we sit down and reflect, like, And then every time your heart is feeling sad, like you sit down and reflect. Actually, this I have done. I openly talk, like, what is that making me feel sad right now? What is that making me feel hurt? Then I sit down and I reflect. When we reflect on that, we will find out like our attachment to something, or we will be worrying about somebody saying something, or we will be worrying that some devotee did not come or did come. Then we will think about that, and we will say, we'll look that from Krishna's perspective, and then we will resolve that in our heart, and that sadness goes away, that envy feeling or that anger, everything goes away. So if we start retrospecting our feelings instead of before acting on them, like that becomes a habit to us. Automatically that pause comes to us, and then we will get better. But this thing we have to do voluntarily. Maybe you thought of doing from today. In this week you may be doing only 2 times. That is still okay. That is still okay. Again, a weekly, you think, just on Sunday you think, how many days I really had I reflected myself. Like, you just put the date and write thank you only. Then that tells you that, oh, today I reflected on what I have done. And then you see at the end of a week how many days you did that. And slowly you try to increase it. Slowly. It's a slow process, and you will get there, Mataji. Definitely you will get there where you start. I have seen so many devotees, when they start, they'll say, oh, this is something I will not be able to do at all. But then they have mastered it over a period of time. For some of us, it will take 6 months. For some of us, it will take 1 year. It takes its own time, but we will go there.
Thank
We
you
are
so much.
moving step by step.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you
Hare
so much
Krishna,
for such
Mataji.
a wonderful and practical class, Mataji. Really appreciate. It's a very good start of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Krishna's mercy and Guru's mercy. Earlier, when Geeta Mataji was saying, thank you, Geeta Mataji, I was about to unmute. It became a little late.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice class. Just have one thing, like, you mentioned about the spiritual intelligence, like, and a lot of time we have seen, like, when we are in the class, we are hearing, we are all in, like, pure mode of goodness. Yes, I will start doing this. Or when we are chanting also, in the early morning also, that is fine. But as soon as we come out of that, we are done with the classes, we get busy with our schedule, all these, depending on the one's lifestyle, basically, and how busy they are, like all these electronic things, all these messaging, all this data, all the different thoughts, different people, that start mixing with your thought, and then you basically forget about Krishna, and basically during the day, how does one remain, like, Krishna conscious, like, throughout the day, like, while all these things are attacking us?
Yeah, you are exact. You are right. Like, when we are in the beginning stage, sadhana stage, we keep forgetting Krishna. So for that, we have to keep some physical things around us, like when you are driving, you have Krishna in your car. When you are working, you have some Krishna's picture on your desk. And then if you are working from home or doing something, people work nowadays by putting a movie next to them, or by listening to the news. So people are very highly qualified in multitasking. So in that way, we can keep a bhajan, a small, going in a low voice, a bhajan, which constantly reminds us of Krishna. And then a regular reading helps us, like, reminding. So this is one thing I practiced. I read, then I'll go and when I'm like, I participate in a lot of readings. This I keep telling, and that has been tremendously helps us a lot to remember Krishna. So I mean, this is something I'm telling, not like as a bragging or anything. This has worked for me miraculously. The amount of readings that we are doing after COVID, from COVID, has become like multiplied. Like I am almost from 4:30 in the evening to 9:30. I am in one or the other reading call. So there is no time for me to even use my phone for something else, because I'm constantly in the Zoom. I'm all the time in the Zoom. I'll start 4:30 reading Bhagavatam in one language, 5:30 Bhagavad Gita in one language, again 6 o'clock Nectar of Devotion or something, and then 6:45 Bhagavatam again, and then again 8:20 Bhagavatam, 9 Ramayan, 9:30 Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is how it goes. So this constant reading, what you spend time mostly on your day, that's what you remember. So this constant reading makes us remember Krishna a lot. But to dedicate that much of time, we need interest also. If we don't have interest, we won't be able to dedicate. We get distracted. So we have to find out that activity which we are interested in Krishna consciousness. Some people like to listen to bhajans all the time. Some people like to listen to lectures all the time. Some people like to see the artis all the time. So we all should find out our own interested thing, and then we should be doing a lot. Whenever we have time, we should be doing that, so that when we don't have time, we will remember it. It's not that once we read in the morning that we will remember it forever. It doesn't happen like that. So we have to pack our day in all the intervals, wherever you are having. If we are really serious about our spiritual life, wherever you have your free time, you have to pack it with some Krishna conscious activity. Otherwise our mind will take us to material activities. So if we start doing that forcibly also in the beginning, where we don't have interest also, like how we take medicine even though we don't like the taste of the medicine, then we constantly think of Krishna. Automatically Krishna from inside will remind us, like, oh, this line I have read in Bhagavatam, this line I have read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this line I have read in Bhagavad Gita, this line I have read in Nectar of Devotion. When we are doing an attentive reading, attentive listening, that goes and sits in our mind and it automatically comes. But right now we may be doing the material things more and spiritual things less. That's why the material things are taking the um, top place in our memory. So slowly we have to change the weightage. The material things should go less and the spiritual things should go more, so that that's what we remember constantly. So a simple bhajan playing behind our desk is a very good start. That's how I do. Sometimes I don't, because my mind goes away if I listen to lectures, because I get engrossed in them and then I may not be able to completely focus on work that I'm doing. I have to work also. I'm a full-time full stack developer, so I have to work and then my work is very hectic. So I play bhajan, and then even though my mind is working on my code, uh, in my ears all the time Krishna's names are going. And then when I get up to get water, whatever the bhajan that is playing automatically comes into my mouth, and then I sing that and I go. In that way, you are constantly remembering Krishna. That's a very good start to do. And uh, uh, filling your gaps, whatever free time you have, with some reading or listening, and then trying to remember what I read today. This practice I do. Whatever I read, I will try to remember again when I'm taking bath, when I'm doing dishes, when I'm sweeping or something, or any other chore where I cannot, I will not listen to anything, but I will try to remember what I read today. I read 17th chapter of Bhagavatam, 8th canto. What all the sequence of that chapter? How did the things come? What did Aditi go and say to Kashyapa? What did Kashyapa answer? Like that, I will try to remember, like how we prepare for exams in school. We remember what we read. So that's the practice I do personally, and that worked out very well for me. So I'll be constantly thinking of Krishna. So we have to put all those things, then we will slowly go to that stage. That's what I'm thinking, Prabhu, because we have to be serious. We have to be wanting that I want to remember Krishna. Right now, I see many devotees who are second initiated, or many also. Like, it's not that I'm complaining or anything. Maybe they are great devotees than me, but legs on two boats is not good. Like if we are going to watch a movie for 3 hours, and then we say that I have to remember Krishna, then we will not be able to remember. So we have to somewhere reduce those material activities slowly and replace them with Krishna's activities. Then we remember. We have to be careful, like how if we are a diabetic patient, we don't go and eat sugar, because I know that after effects are very bad. So if our mind is not purified, engaging in material things is going to make it more disturbed. And then we should not give that opportunity to the mind if we are serious about our Krishna consciousness. And sometimes we may not be serious, so we have to make ourselves serious. Like you take up a responsibility where you will automatically become serious. Like you will say that, oh, I'm going to give a class. So when you start giving when you take the responsibilities which are not usual for you, you have to do, you are forced to do that homework. And then automatically your mind becomes Krishna consciousness. So these are all some tips, Prabhu. I don't know. I'm not, you are such a great devotee. It's not that you are asking for all the
Mataji, that's
benefits.
good tips actually. Yes. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Mataji. Yeah.
thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Do you have few minutes, Mataji? Can I ask
Yes,
something?
yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So, Mataji, given like current circumstances where there's war going on, I'm a school teacher, and my colleague, the person who is with me in my room, she's Iranian, and I have a few. And Mataji, like it is impacting my like the time that I used to spend in reading sometimes is spent in finding out what's going on the other side of world. And besides that, my health is also taking a toll, and that is impacting my sadhana. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm being bombarded from all the sides. How should, like, what is the way to find peace and still remain consistent with, especially internally, I feel like I'm breaking down. So,
So
yes,
seeing
Mataji,
all
if you
this,
could speak.
so seeing all this is hurting you or causing a fear in you. What it is doing actually, that you have to identify. Sometimes when I hear any news like a war, also when I heard like even though I keep myself very safe from reading the news, I don't read because it is so hurting, because sometimes it's very hurting. It's not that I want to live in my own cocoon and I don't want to know what is happening in the world. I read the headlines, but I don't go into details, because even a small thing, that when I read that so many children were buried in Iran or anything, any place, I don't take sides, but anywhere these kind of things cause a lot of hurt and also generates a lot of fear in us. Like it could be us, because there was a time suddenly, because my Prabhu lives in a different city, and I'm alone with my kids. But suddenly I had my daughter panicking, like seeing what is happening in the world, like all the things that are going on. Or somebody is going to knock our door, and they are going to take us or kill us or something like that. Because the news kind of generates that kind of fear. It generated that fear in her, because in the school they will read the news to them. As you said, you're a school teacher, so school they will also announce the news. And reading that news, the children discuss among themselves, and it has created so much anxiety and panicness and fear. And then she was like, let's go away from here, let's go and hide somewhere where it is safe. Unfortunately, anywhere in the material world is not safe, and whatever is happening in the world is very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. It's not that it is any good thing happening. um, at the same time, right now I am not in any position to change that situation. We cannot go and change. We are not in any decision making position for those countries, or we are not in a situation where we can make any impact on that. But still it is affecting us, it's hurting us.
Yeah.
We are having fear that it may come to me also.
No,
or you are
Mataji.
feeling,
Sorry. No, Mataji. It's not that fear. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have colleagues who have their families in
that's what I'm
Iran,
coming to that.
Lebanon.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they keep telling me, "Oh, my parents, it's bombing 2 miles away from
I
my
know.
parents." So it's kind of I feel for them, but there's nothing we can. I
Yeah,
just
and
feel
you
so
feel like,
helpless. Yeah.
and you feel like, what can I do for them?
Yeah. Yes,
They are in
Mataji.
so much pain. They are in so much anxiety, right? Like they are that anxiety of that unknown, what is going to happen next, the unknown fear of what going to happen next is killing them, and also seeing them in pain, it's hurting us. It's hurting us, and then we are very helpless. Unfortunately, we are very, very helpless. We cannot do anything, and we don't even have a words to console them. Like, what are we going to say to give them hope, or say that everything is going to be okay? That word is also not right word to say to them. And then we feel very helpless. We feel very helpless, and we don't know how to help them and how to do them. Again, in this kind of situation itself only, every time you are feeling that thing in your heart which is not peace, you just take Krishna's name, and also pray for your colleagues. Tell them that I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for this situation. I'm going to pray for you. Then somebody may say, "Oh, you single person praying, what is going to happen?" No, it's first of all going to give me inner peace that I'm praying, I'm doing something, and it's also giving me inner peace that I'm doing something for you. I may not be able to do anything more because I cannot go to your country, or I cannot do anything. I will do what I can do in within my own limits. I'm going to constantly pray for you, and you sincerely pray for them all, for your Lebanon colleagues, for your colleagues in Iran. Constantly pray for them. Go in front of Krishna and tell Krishna that this is really affecting me, Krishna. These are the people I sit every day, talk, and they are not happy. They are in constant anxiety, and then constant fear, and so much evil is happening in the world, and this is disturbing me. So we go with everything and anything to Krishna, and constantly pray to Krishna, and have faith that Krishna is listening to you and he is going to help you. Do not go without faith, saying that, oh, my one single prayer is what going to do. How is Krishna going to fix this situation? Krishna is definitely going to fix this situation, and only Krishna can fix this situation, because none of us are in a position to give some sense to any of these leaders, or make them right choices. People are greedy. The not having God consciousness is what is resulting in this kind of a situation. Coincidentally, yesterday I was working, and somebody knocked my door, and I opened, and they are some Christian preachers. They said, "Do you know what is happening in the world right now?" I said, "Yeah, I know what is happening. And is it causing any hurt for you?" I said, "Yeah, it's hurting me. This is all because of the lack of God consciousness. Real religion is loving the God. They're all not conscious of the God. They are greedy. They're killing each other for their own sense gratifications. So the more we give God to them, the more they all feel they go in the right direction. And there is very little we can do. And at least we should not disturb ourselves, our health, and your colleagues. So you constantly pray for them and tell them that whatever they are praying, whoever they are praying, he's going to fix the things. That positive hope only we can give. We cannot be keep saying, and then we should stop constantly seeing the news also, because there is nothing we can do. Same situation as COVID. Sometimes there is nothing we can do. We can only do what we can do, but constantly reading is going to disturb us. And uh, feeling sad, hurt, hopelessness, all these feelings we have to use to turn ourselves to Krishna. Because right now we are not getting relief from anybody. How to come out of these feelings? And Krishna is going to take us out of those feelings and do good something in this world. So with all these feelings, we have to go to Krishna, saying, Krishna, I'm hurt, seeing my friends hurt. I want to do something for them, but I don't know what to do, how to do. And I have no power to do anything to any of them. But you have power to do something for all this situation. And I'm coming to you and asking that, can you please fix this situation? Can you please help them all? And you use Whenever that feeling comes, turn that feeling into a prayer to Krishna. And that helps you, them, and everybody. You get hope, like, okay, I pray to Krishna. Instead of feeling sad, hurt, these are all negative feelings. Praying, approaching Krishna, approaching Supreme Power to fix the things, these are all positive feelings. So they are going to unknowingly bring that calmness and peace inside us. And that's what we have to do. And that's very difficult to do. I will tell that also. It's not easy. But our mind constantly tells us that, to worry. And we have to constantly tell to our mind that worrying is not going to help. I have to pray. And you also tell your friends to pray. Whatever their method of praying is, ask them to pray. They may not have hopes on prayers, but prayers is the only way that we have right now. And you refrain yourself from constantly reading about that things also, because they are very, very hurtful, and they are very, very, very sad actually. But at the end of the day, again, see the bigger picture. Like when I say this, it looks as if I'm very heartless person. This is material world. This is how it is going to be, and this is going to end at one point of time. And we have to be serious and not come into this world again to see all these miseries again and again. Now itself it is like this, means as the Kali Yuga progresses, it's going to be even more worse and worse. And then if we take our devotional life lightly, we may have to go through this hurt all the time. Adi Bhautika, Adi Devika, Adhyatmika. Miseries coming from others, miseries coming, seeing others suffering. And this is going to become worse as the Kali Yuga progresses. So we have to take our Krishna consciousness seriously. Not that we become selfish and only pray for ourselves. We also pray for others. Pray for all the people that are suffering in this world. Even though we don't know them, we don't see them, we pray for them. And honestly speaking, there is no other thing than doing that. So convert your hurt, convert your sad, convert your hopelessness, convert your helplessness into prayer, and pray to Krishna, and tell your friends to pray.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much. That was very comforting answer. We should do what we can do in what is in our hands and leave everything on Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this lecture class and practical examples and do's and don'ts. So nice, Mataji. After a long time, we heard you. And I like the point you mentioned, specified on Vajatam Priti Purvakam. So that is the main essence of this today's class, that we should do our bhakti with love and devotion. And rest is all in Krishna's hand. So thank you so much, Mataji, for question answer sessions to Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Mataji covered 2 verses today, second and third one, right? I think.
And all glories to you all, Mataji, Manidhar Das Prabhu, you and all wonderfully running this session. It is
No,
so...
Shamarishika Mataji, yeah, Rupini Mataji,
Oh,
and
all Rupini Mataji, Premanandini Mataji, everybody.
Premanandi Mataji, everybody.
Manjiri Prabhu is our IT specialist. So all the attendees